All right, so with our handsome Mr. Bodie, you ready, sir? So maybe what I'll do is we'll warm up a little bit with a teeny bit of loose leash walk and just orientation and staying sort of honed in on the handler. Ready? Oh my gosh, chew them, sir. But then I wanted to work on the thing that I had mentioned a little bit prior. And I'm sorry, my nose is still so tickly from the amount of pollen, even though I know it's gotten a little bit better with the rain, supposedly. I'm still having very much so tickly nose. Oh my gosh, chewing. You good? You're a silly goose. So with Mr. B, I wanted to work a little bit more with his bed and help generalize that with some novelty in the sense of working leave-its around him while he's on his place behavior on his dog bed, working a bit with that stay exercise. Yes. So right now I just wanted to get him up and moving. So just like you did earlier, Mom, where you thought, okay, he's having a hard time being stationary, maybe we should get up and do some movement behaviors or skills instead, get the body and the mind up and wiggling, and then go into working some place or simmer down exercises where we're stationary. And I think that's a really great moment on your part to realize where he was struggling and what could have maybe helped him along the way. So good job, guys. He's going to be so pooped out with all his extra playtime today, too. Yes. Smart boy. I'm also super excited that he and Teddy, and don't worry, if Mr. Z has other plans, because summer months I know are a little bit busy and the weekends might be times where folks like to go do fun things as well. But I know he's joined, him and Teddy have both joined the advanced class where they're going to be out in outdoor public venues. So I think we're probably going to meet at Doyle Conservation, but we might do a few other potential locations too, depending on the dogs and their comfort range. So I know there's another student in there. Her name is Summit, and she's like a golden retriever mix, but she's actually all black. So I think there's maybe, who knows, but flat-coated retriever potentially or something else. But she's a little combo lady. She's very cute, but she's also a teenager. So I've got a feeling the babes are going to be a little rowdy at times with a little honing in. But I think it's going to be a really nice little transition moment for all of them to go from like the classroom setting to outside again and work their big boy, big girl skills in the real world dynamic. So with Mr. B, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can ask him to go back to his little bed. He's like, oh my gosh, chewing. You good? This poor little monkey. All right, ready? We're going to do it down. Yeah, get comfy. Yes, good job. So we're just going to work a simple stay. I'm not going to throw in the leave-its quite yet. I just want to get him in the groove once again. Oh my gosh, it's embarrassing. It just fell right out of your mouth. Here you go. You poor thing. Here, there's the other little piece. So while Mr. B, and I thank goodness I have my slime rag, that bad boy gets washed more than you know. So right here, we're going to ask him to stay. And I'm just going to, again, just help generalize with some movement. So me wiggling doesn't always equal we have to get up. And we're just building up this this concept for the beautiful guy. Yes, nice job. And I know we're going to also do a little bit of play. So I'm probably going to end a lot of his big boy working moments with a little bit of the play time with that new toy in just a little bit. So, oop, did you lose it? Did it roll under your belly? Here, we'll give you this one instead. So while he's working a bit with this stay, I'm going to see if I can grab a no-no item, and we're just going to try a little bit with some leave-it exercises. And he's like, hold up, that was a funny bag. Trying to think, he probably is not allowed. I don't know, I can't remember if he's allowed to play with recycling or not. So we will try a little bit. I was just checking the time because I can't remember when I started. So this is, again, just a wrapper. It's empty. When working with leave-its, you want to make sure leave-it items are legit leave-its. If, for example, you're working with a leave-it, but it's actually one of his toys or a chew item or something he's going to consume later, that's going to be really confusing. So we want to always have leave-its be off limits, like we discussed a little bit last week when we were working the leave-its with the paper towels. Because if at times your leave-its are acceptable for him to go play or consume or engage with, the moment you say leave it, he might be like, you know what, I got this, and he'll go and do, again, what you've released him to do prior. So at times it can be rather dangerous. So I like to have leave-its always be off limits. So right now I'm just making some crinkle sounds. I like to sometimes start off on an easier level and build. I don't like to make things the hardest they can be just to have the dog fail and then yell at him. So because that would be like a teacher who hasn't taught you any math skills, and every time they ask you to do an equation, you have no idea what the heck you're doing, you do it wrong, and they yell at you or scold you or hit you. So it's not a great way to learn. It doesn't create comfort and confidence. It's more suppression, and they might just start to shut down, or they might just give up. So we want to make sure that when we're rehearsing things with our babes, is that we're helping create resilience in our puppies and dogs, not fear or anxiety. So right there, beautiful. If he seemed interested, I would have said my cue word, which would have been to leave it. But right now he did a great job ignoring the said trash item, and he was able to hold that stay position. So again, I want to make sure this is far enough away where I could help him if he needed. Yes. So these are also sometimes what are considered like automatic leave-its. Where the item is considered off limits unless it was not, and then the dog could go get the thing. So if everything is an automatic leave it, they tend to ignore everything unless being told otherwise to go retrieve that thing, whatever it might be. Nice. That drooly drool falling out of you is a little bit funny. You handsome guy. If you did ever want to have your dog wait for a moment, and you would use your wait exercise, so you tell, oh my gosh, you tell them to wait, and then from there you could call them to you or release them to go grab the thing. That's how I would work an item that they'd be allowed to play with versus an item that they, for example, shouldn't. That would be your leave it. Nice. So I'm going to have a little jackpot right here for him, so one right after the other to build up value in that sort of ignoring the thing was a really good idea. So let's say he's gotten much more comfortable. I'm going to, again, drop it a little closer. What a smart boy. Yes. So again, a little jackpot for being such a brilliant man. Gorgeous. If he were to get up and break, I'm not going to get mad at him, but I would help him through the failure moment. Oh, smart boy. Yes. What a smart boy. And then two, if, for example, you sometimes go to the point where your babe's like, oh my gosh, just make it end. Don't make the training session go so long that your babe feels like it's like learning boot camp. We want to make sure he can feel comfortable enough to take a pause and not feel too overwhelmed or too overtired. Yes. Smart boy. What a brilliant man. Yes. So we'll probably end those leave-its, even though I didn't have to say it, with him for a moment so we can take a break from these because he's doing such a nice job. My pants are driving me crazy. They keep getting caught in the back of my shoe. All right, so let's put this, leave it away. And then what I want to do is I want to go ahead and go back and end this. It's like, hold up, woman. Is go ahead and end this lovely stay. So I'm going to say all done, and then we can get up and we can break from our position. What a smart man. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a little find it, get him up and wiggling. I just want to move the bed out of range just for a second. Got some crumbs on there, and we'll play with that in a little bit. So I'll just plop it over here. He's such a smart man. So let's say we're going to do a little bit with the toy. So I know for him, he's very toy driven, which is great. Oh, look, you lost to find it. Go get that bad boy. So with the toys, I know we worked a little bit with Mr. Z earlier with the toy exchange game and the concepts behind it. Also a little bit with the treat and retreat game, which I highly recommend for all the pups, especially when they're littles. It's really crucial to make sure your babe feels comfortable relinquishing something and feeling okay that you coming near when they have something is non-threatening. Because otherwise we might create the resource guarding that we were preventing by doing the wrong practice. So there we go. We'll do a little find it. He's like, lady, I lost that one to the environment. So let's say again, he's like, I don't know where it went. I'll throw another one so it's easier. There we go, buddy. Go get that bad boy. So let's say your babe really likes toys. I sometimes like to, for example, when your babe is often distracted, I don't know if you found it. Maybe we'll throw another one this direction. Ready? So I like to go ahead and maybe practice helping him go get a little distracted in the yard. Then I might go, Bodie, here. He's like, hold on. Yes. And we might go right into a little bit of play. So if your babe, for example, he tends to love toys. This would be a great way to sometimes practice recalls, work engagement for loose leash walking. In general, just have a good time with your babe and practice grabbing and letting go of things. What a smart boy. So just like with Mr. Z earlier, I like to go ahead, he's like, woohoo, go get that bad boy, is practice the letting go as not being overwhelming or flustering. So I'm going to go, ready, Bodie, drop. Yes. And then feed a few. So I like to sometimes keep the toy nearby. Yes. So I can feed him for taking a little pause. Well, and so he can maybe have a moment to chew. We're almost there. Oh my goodness, chewing and breathing. You got it? This is so embarrassing for him, he says. Guys, he says chewing is just very, very challenging. You good? Okay, ready? Go get it. Nice. He's like, I got it. So as he's playing, we do sometimes want to, again, have him chase and go grab the critter. Nice. He's like, I caught him. I caught him. What a good boy. He's like, I almost got him. Good job. Such a smart man. So, but if, let's say, he gets a little bit more rowdy and he's having a harder time, remember that play. I'm not saying we can't rev the engine, but you want to make sure he knows how to use the brakes. So ready? Bodie, drop. Yes. Nice. Smart boy. So you'll see I sometimes like to do a little jackpot so we can get, oh my gosh, you good? Chew them up. You go, I'm so smart. So he can then have a few moments to eat a few snacks or have them fall out of his mouth, either one. And then the toy can still be here and present, but the toy doesn't have to be something he's lashing and kind of going real quick to grab. So because if he's a little bit of a rowdier guy, he could bump into you or he could hurt himself because, again, when they're teens, they're a little clumsy and they don't always know how to use their bodies. So this can be a nice way to kind of build a little bit of both where he's going soft enough not to bombard himself or you. Such a good boy. He said, I like this new friend. Nice. He's like, it tickles his face. So ready? Bodie. Ready? Drop. He's like, hold on, it's stuck in my jowl. Yeah, what a good job. So smart. He's a brilliant boy. So good. Oh my goodness, delicious. So I'm going to go, ready with me? So we could go into work. Did it get stuck in your jowl? That's embarrassing. So you could also work a little bit with some loose leash walking. See if your puppy could stay a little bit engaged with you and kind of, is it stuck in your jowl? You almost, oh, it fell out. That's okay. So you could be doing a little bit of walking, practice where you've got your toy as your reinforcer for being some nice little engagement and loose leash walking. And you could go, good. And then go into some play. Oh, smart boy. So this way, again, you could do a little bit of different types of reinforcement to build, he's like, I got this one, to build up value for this handsome guy and the skills and weird things we're asking him to find value in. So because remember, at no point do dogs ever go up to another dog and say, let's do loose leash walking, or let's do a downstay, or let's do some, let's say, recalls. These are things that help our dogs stay safe in our weird human world that they are now stuck in living. So remember that for him to have any of this have value, we have to build value in it in a way he finds reinforcing. Oh my goodness, he's turning into a wild man. Ready? He's like, this is the greatest day of my life. Drop. So if he has a little, yes. So notice how when I ask him to let go, I'm not going and yanking the toy from him. I may even do a little scatter feeding with the find it again just to help lower that arousal. And then that way the toy is still there, but I want him to maybe think, okay, we could do a check-in, or we could do a little name recognition, or we could just do a scatter feeding. But just because the toy is here does not mean that we're going to go right into like assaulting you or the toy. So he's like, but I'd like to play again. Ready? Go get it. He's getting so tired. What a good boy. Yeah, you shake that bad boy. You get him. You get that baby. He's a big boy. So smart. He's doing a great job. Nice. You ready? He's like, this is the greatest day of his life. He's like, take that. Ready, Bodie? He's like, let's be wild. Yes. So right there, I sometimes like to rock my little kissy noise. For some of them, that has equaled a lot of really good associations. So this is where sometimes that positive interrupter, if that sometimes becomes your favorite dance move in the beginning, That could, in the beginning, if he's not as fluid with a drop it or a give or out, if kissy noise always equals here comes a snack, then what you can start to create with your babe is kissy noise then equals let go, so you can get a bonus bit. So that can even start to be the beginning stages of letting go of something he's allowed to play with. Yes. What a smart boy. Yes. All right, well, we'll give you a little break from this lovely toy, getting it all nice and slimy and gross. He says it was delicious, thank you. So, but for the handsome guy, I know I'll be seeing you guys on Saturday. I still have to jot down which Saturdays. I know you told me, so I just have to write it down in my roster so I know which ones you're coming for. Because I know for Mr. Handsome, you can only attend 3 out of the 6, and that's no worries. But if, for example, we have a rain date, the class will get pushed out another week. So it might be one of those situations where maybe you could attend a different class if it fits your schedule well, so you can make up a class if you want, but no worries. I will obviously keep everybody informed in that program, so the advanced Explore and Learn class. If there is a rain date, I probably will let you know probably the morning of, but I'll try to, if we know the weather is going to be really cruddy, I'll probably just email you on Friday evening to let you know what the plan is. And then I will email the classmates as well to let you guys know where we're going to be meeting for the weekly class. So, but Mr. B says he's all set. He's gone over to the water dish to go dunk his face in it, and he's taking a break. But very nice job Mr. B did today. So we'll give him a little breather.